Hello and welcome back to Sonny Talk Spurs, and today I'm going to be answering the question why Tottenham were never title contenders. But before I get into this one, if you are new to the channel, why don't you leave a like on the video, subscribe to Sonny Talk Spurs and hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I've gone live. Now, let's get into the video. So today is pretty much what it says on the tin. I'm going to be explaining and sort of outlining why Tottenham were never in the title race. They're still not in the title race. They were never in the title race. Just putting our name and title race together is very premature. Obviously, this is off the back as well of our third consecutive defeat in the Premier League under Ange Postecoglou. Another home defeat as well. You know, we've lost to Chelsea by 4-1. We've lost to Wolves by 2-1. And we've lost now to Aston Villa by 2-1. Becoming the first team in Premier League history to lose 3 games back-to-back, yeah, if I get that right, based on, being 1-0 up and leading and then coming back to lose all 3 games, which is very disappointing, actually, from a Spurs point of view. In all 3 of these games, we've had dominant phases of play. We've looked really strong early on. We've scored early on. But, the sign of title winners, title contenders, for a team to still not be as brittle as we are. When the cards get stacked against us, we still go and we still score more goals and we still fight the fight to be considered a good team and an elite team. But, for things that are out of our hands, we are not yet in the conversation. I do believe that a majority, if not most, of the Tottenham fan base didn't believe we were in the title race at all. Even after 10 games undefeated and being top of the Premier League table, there was still a lot of people who were like, no, actually, this is the media like running away with this story and getting excited. Free Manager of the Month awards for Ange Postecoglou. But the thing is, it's the start of a process. We are still learning a lot under this manager. And, even I went to the game against Aston Villa, and if you haven't seen my reaction after the game, go and check that out afterwards. I thought after that, I came away feeling a bit weird because it was a good display. We had a lot of chances. We were playing some really good football. We just couldn't finish our dinner. Teams like Villa will punish you. 2 chances, 2 goals, and that's what it comes down to. Same with Chelsea, really. Couple of key chances ended up going their way. Same with Wolves. Wolves, I think, is a bit of an anomaly because we didn't play well in that game. Whereas I feel like in, at least, for the majority of the Chelsea game and the Aston Villa game, we were playing well and were probably the better team for a majority of it. We just, we obviously know the injuries have hampered us. We know that's the main reason. The main reason we are not title contenders or in any sort of title fight is our squad. To be a title challenger, you have to have a versatile squad. Just look at the teams that are competing at the top. You've got Manchester City. I mean, there's no point talking about them. They've got basically an A, B, C, D team who could compete for the league. But even Liverpool have players who, have been there, seen there, done it, got the T-shirt, who can compete and grab goals, be good defensively, unlock doors from the midfield. Even Arsenal now are building a team, signing players for hundreds of £1 million, building a squad that is grinding out results and really, a lot of the teams that are above us, maybe not Aston Villa because they have been quite good, but like even City, Arsenal and Liverpool, they're not on top form, are they? Like they're actually not playing the best football that they could, but they're getting results and helping themselves up the table. At stages early on in the season, I thought, Tottenham were grinding out results and getting, good results, but we were always playing Ange football, the risk and reward football, I like to call it. But the only thing is we have just been undone by, since that Chelsea game, we've just, we're missing 2 key players. The suspensions haven't helped, and it just, looking towards the Manchester City game, I'm absolutely dreading it. It could be a bloodbath. It could be a whitewash. Something that we're not used to with City, actually, funnily enough, because they have 40 shots, we have 2, and we win 2-0. But this could be a whole lot different. And it's not Ange's fault, that we've gone on this little slump. It's a lot out of his hands. I still think he's doing the right things. But it's just very tricky to sort of process it at the moment, because I still would rather be playing this way, and I feel like we can get to the top eventually playing this way, unlike what we've seen under Jose, Nuno and Conte. But it's going to be a process. That's what I think people need to get into their heads. It's a process, and I think lots of Tottenham fans are willing to see this process. My dad, massive Tottenham fan, been through it all. He's willing to give it time. Some Tottenham fans I know seem to be a bit like, oh, you know, you can't win like this, you can't do this, and I'm just like, I'm not sure. As I say, I think that's a minority of the fan base. As I say, I mentioned it in my review video on the way home from the game. I spoke to a fan on the train, and he sort of again was like criticising the way we've been playing recently, but I just don't see no other way. This is the way Ange plays, and this is how it should be done, in my opinion. We just not got a lot of things going our way since that Chelsea game. And we know what we have to do to get to the top. We know what we have to do to compete. We need to go out and sign some more players, get a deeper squad, players that Ange wants, because even at the moment, you know, Bentancur goes off injured. You're bringing on Højbjerg, who was all right, but it's still not exactly the player we need in that position. You know, no Sarr again at the weekend, out injured. I mentioned, you know, Maddison, Van der Ven, but, you know, you're playing Emerson Royale and Ben Davies as centre-back, 4 full-backs as your in your back four as your centre-backs. It's just, the mind does boggle. But then even again, you know, a lot of these players are still in the beginning of their process. You look at Dejan Kulusevski. I think he's such a good player. Watching him live was a treat yesterday. He just, you know, needs to find that goal-scoring element. I think he was better from deep. I really enjoyed him playing as an 8. But, yeah, I feel like there's a long way and a lot more to do before we're in any conversation about title contenders. Top 4, still achievable. I think there's a lot of teams competing for this year. We'll probably know more come January where we are in the table. But I still think success for Tottenham is 5th, 6th, and showing what we can do on the pitch, which we are doing. You know, a lot of people, I mean, I saw at points this week after the game, has the Ange bubble burst? And it's like, it's just so reactive. People are just very reactive when it comes to Tottenham especially. They just want to see the downfall of the club. But I don't know. I just think, you know, it's squad depth is the main reason why we are not going to win the title this year, why we're not competing for it this year. But the next few years, we're going to have a squad that will be at the very top. I am sure of that. But let me know, do you think Tottenham were ever in the title race? Do you think they're still in the title race? Where do you think they're going to finish this season? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I just wanted to, you know, to sort of explain where we are at the moment. This is sort of what the video I'm trying to get at. Where are Tottenham right now? Where are we heading? And how can we resolve these issues? But if you have enjoyed the video, why don't you leave a like on it, subscribe to Sonny Talk Spurs, and hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I've gone live. And I'll see you pretty soon for the next video. Bye-bye.